Thank you. Chair Hageman, Ranking Member Hoyle, and members of the committee, thank you for this opportunity to share our experiences confronting marine mammal predation on salmonid populations in the Columbia River. I'm Asia DeCoteau, a citizen of the Yakima Nation and the Executive Director for the Columbia River Intertribal Fish Commission. We are a governmental subdivision of 4 treaty tribes, the Yakima, Warm Springs, Umatilla, and Nez Perce. Collectively, our tribes and CRITFIC carry out one of the largest tribally led fishery programs in the United States, working across an area larger than Florida. Increased presence of California sea lions, stellar sea lions, and harbor seals within the lower Columbia River are severely impacting our region's salmon conservation efforts. Historically, our elders remember an occasional sea lion reaching Celilo Falls. However, these occurrences were rare. Now, a combination of hydrosystem infrastructure, changing environmental conditions, and the success of the Marine Mammal Protection Act has resulted in unprecedented numbers of sea lions in the Columbia River. Starting in the early 2000s, sea lion numbers began to climb as they learned to use river bottlenecks to consume returning salmon and steelhead, including 13 ESA-listed stocks. These sea lions have not only returned each year, but they are teaching their offspring and others this behavior. Dealing with this problem wasn't straightforward, as sea lions are protected by the Marine Mammal Protection Act. Section 120 of this act allows for lethal removal of nuisance marine animals, but only as a last resort after non-lethal methods have failed. This stringent requirement was meant to maintain the Act's core mission of sustaining healthy marine mammal populations, but it made effectively managing this abnormal situation in the lower Columbia River impossible. Initially, we worked with MMPA-allowed constraints using non-lethal deterrents such as hazing, acoustic devices, trapping and locating, and exclusion devices, with only mixed success, as resources only allowed 6 to 8 hours a day to address a round-the-clock problem. Despite our efforts, predation rates more than doubled between 2006 and 2015, and it was clear that a strong solution was required. With bipartisan support, the Endangered Salmon Predation Prevention Act was signed into law in 2018, amending Section 120 of the MMPA to enable NOAA to issue permits to Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and the 4 treaty tribes to lethally take sea lions in a limited portion of the Columbia River with the intention of protecting ESA-listed salmon species. After 6 years, I'm pleased to report that the impact of this amendment has been dramatic. After removing 30 sea lions at Willamette Falls, winter steelhead losses from the pinniped predation went from 25% to just under 2%. At Bonneville Dam, despite the challenges from its larger area and greater number of sea lions, targeted removals have led to a 91% decrease in sea lion days and significant reductions in predation. The permit was recently extended through August 2030. Despite the culls that have taken place since 2018, this effort has had no measurable impact on the overall sea lion population. Thanks to the MMPA, California sea lions number approximately 275,000 and are at or near carrying capacity, well beyond the optimal sustainable population level that NOAA developed. I urge Congress to prioritize the following actions: sustain funding to maintain and expand removal programs at Bonneville Dam and Willamette Falls, amend the MMPA to extend area-based management authorities into the lower Columbia River, request NOAA to assess current management options and provide a roadmap for effective strategies, support expanded monitoring as sea lion behavior changes, invest in technology to prevent sea lions from moving upstream past the estuary, and lastly, support research and development of innovative non-lethal deterrents. While sea lion predation on adult salmonids and smolts is significant, I must emphasize the need for a holistic approach to predation management overall, addressing avian, piscivorous, and marine mammal predation collectively. Protecting salmonid populations is vital for the ecological health of our rivers and the cultural and economic well-being of our communities. Finally, I want to let the committee know that our tribes and the Columbia River Intertribal Fish Commission do not take lethal removals lightly or as the preferred option. We don't want to be in the business of managing Pacific marine mammal populations into perpetuity. Lethal removals of animals with this learned behavior will minimize predation now and prevent new sea lions from establishing this pattern into the future. We are very much aligned with our state co-managers in this goal. Thank you for your time and consideration. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, and thank you for your recommendations. I now recognize Mr. Johnstone for 5 minutes.